Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm joined by the lovely Star, who's also a yoga teacher here in LA, and she's going to work into Crescent Pose. But first we're going to start with the low lunge variation because some of us aren't ready to move into Crescent Pose. Once we start to curl the back toes under, it can become quite a place of imbalance, trying to find balance on the ball of the back foot and centering the right heel down. So for this variation, we're going to work what we're going to find a little bit deeper in Crescent Pose. So Star's going to inhale, she's going to come all the way up into Anjali Asana. Now, what we're going to find is what tends to happen a lot is that the right knee tends to go forward and past the ankle. And this can put a lot of stress on the right knee. So I want you to think, draw the right shin back good, just until the right knee is over the ankle, and press the center of the right heel down. Star, bring your hands to your hips for me for a moment. Now what can happen is that we get this big sway back. So Star's going to go into what we call the anterior tilt. And this can be quite a challenging place in the lower back. So you want to think, how can I make my lower back longer? Start to draw the sides of the abdomen in, and you can already feel that her lower back starts to fill out. Then she's going to send her buttock bone straight down and square the hips off, all the while sitting that right thigh bone down into the hamstring. That's it. And then from here, she's going to start to reach the arms up. And as she reaches up through the arms, she's actually actively lifting the sides of her waist, up out of her pelvis. The inner left groin is internally rotating just until she finds neutral rotation in the hip socket. So the left thigh, the outer thigh is pulling forward. Nice. And then from here, as she reaches through the arms, the space around the neck is long. She's lifting the mid-sternum without puffing the ribs. So this is something I've talked about more in the cat-cow video, so have a look at that. Now you can see that she's got a nice long back body, a nice long front body, and the side body is very contained as well. Okay, this is nice. So now we're going to step it up a bit. She's going to lower the hands down towards the mat. And now we're going to move this into full crescent pose. So from the grounding of the right heel, she's going to curl the left toes under. Before you go anywhere, think about the mound of the left big toe is pressing down and that the pinky toe is drawing forward. And as it draws forward, this will help you to assist in drawing the outer left hip in. Then from here, Star's going to curl. She's going to lift the left knee up. That's it. Grounding through the right heel, she's slowly going to rise all the way up into crescent. And once again, she's going to bring the hands to the hips. Because now we start to really, work asymmetrically. We want to check in with the balance. So moving back to the foundations, mound of the right big toe is pressing down and the outer ankle is pinning in. This will really start to help you fire up the leg muscles. As she descends the right thigh bone down, she puts a little micro bend in the left knee, and she uses this time to help lengthen the space of the sacrum. Then once she finds that, she's going to keep the right thigh bone at a 90-degree angle. She's going to keep the right side of the abdomen lifting up. That's it, Star. Lifting up off the head of the right femur bone. And then from here, she's going to start to work the left hip flexor a little bit more. She's going to firm into the leg. She knows when she's gone too far because she's going to go into that anterior tilt. So Star, can we demonstrate when we've gone too far? Yeah, this will happen. So actually, there's always going to be a little bend in that left knee for most students so that you can really find that containment of your core. Nice. Then she's going to start to reach the arms up. As she reaches the arms up, the inner left groin rolls back. The outer left hip pulls forward. And this will deepen the stretch on the left hip flexor. The mound of the right big toe is anchoring down. And then once again, she's lifting up out of her pelvis, lengthening all four sides of her waist. As she starts to move the shoulder blades in, so she opens up from the mid-sternum, she's drawing the front ribs in. There's still that containment from the upper abdominals. And then she starts to breathe into the posture. You can hold it between three to 5 breaths, I reckon. And then from here, she's going to start to inhale, lift the energy up, gaze up, maybe seal the palms, neck is long, and exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Hands go under the shoulders, and then she'll step straight into downward facing dog. Lower the knees towards the mat, and take a child's pose. So just a little recap. When you're working this pose, guys, wherever you are, in the lunge or with the toes curled under in full crescent, you want to think about the knee as going directly over the ankle. What tends to happen is the knee buckles in and we disengage the inner groin muscles. And what can happen is the knee goes out and we start to splay and we start to disengage the inner groin muscles again. So think outer hip in, inner right knee going straight forward so the knee is right over the ankle and shin perpendicular to the mat. And remember, we're not looking for perfect alignment. We're just looking for alignment that helps us energetically evolve out of the posture. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. See you down the yoga road.